WSTKS-FM Worldwide, digital collaborative learning for the 21st century. Hi everyone, it's Professor Schwartz coming to you from right here in the WSTKS-FM Worldwide studios once again. Join me today and learn about important do's and don'ts to watch out for as you craft your self-evaluative reflections each week. When you follow the advice presented in today's program, you set yourself up to succeed through the active collaboration of numerous 21st century employability skills as you and your student learning team examine course material, create, and share new knowledge each week. Through that ongoing democratic process of collaboration, your own learning and related coursework become more cohesive, efficient, and meaningful. When we come back, I'll get started with today's discussion of practices you definitely want to do and those you want to avoid when creating your weekly self-evaluative reflections. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Okay, I've topped off my mug of coffee and my feline friend, Onyx the cat, is sleeping off his latest can of Fancy Feast, so let's move ahead and get started. In today's episode, we are looking at practices you definitely want to make sure you do and those you don't want to do in your self-evaluative reflections created and submitted for the course. But first, let's quickly review what we mean by self-evaluative reflection. In a nutshell, a self-evaluative reflection is when, where, and how you take stock of your learning in the course. Put another way, through the development of your self-evaluative reflections each week, you seek insight into yourself, your approach to course materials, related work habits, values, knowledge, and growth. Basically, you study and evaluate your performance most weeks of the course in order to improve your approach, related work, and overall outcomes. Between week 2 and week 13 of my courses, students are asked to complete 10 low-risk reflections on their learning. These are worth 2 possible points each. Ideally, self-evaluative reflections should be based on and follow collaborative discussion with your student learning teams. To create their self-evaluative reflections, students should specifically address the questions highlighted in yellow near the bottom of the online course modules, regardless of the form reflections take. In my courses, students have the choice of creating and submitting either a traditional essay, or a sketch note, or blog post, or podcast episode. No matter which form your self-evaluative reflections take, you can empower yourself by keeping the following do's and don'ts in mind as you shape your work on specific learning in the course each week. Following a station identification, we'll jump into practices you want to do and self-defeating habits you don't want to do in these reflections. I'll see you back here in just one moment. You're listening to WSTKS-FM Worldwide, digital collaborative learning for the 21st century. If you find this podcast helpful, be sure to hit like, share, and subscribe. Hello again. Let's talk now about specific practices you want to make sure you do and self-defeating habits you don't want to do as you create your 10 self-evaluative reflections as part of your coursework between week 2 and week 13. First of all, do make sure to state your purpose clearly at the start of your self-evaluative reflections to make it crystal clear what precisely you are doing. Don't leave others confused and scratching their heads by forgetting to state or at least strongly imply the purpose of your self-evaluative reflection. Next, do strive for a high level of completeness and detail in your reflection by addressing all of the self-evaluative questions highlighted in yellow in the course module. For your convenience, I have copied these into the description below. Don't, on the other hand, submit work that addresses few or none of these same self-evaluative questions. Thirdly, do be careful to craft a self-evaluative reflection that exhibits a strong personal connection to specific course material for the week and related collaborative activities through discussion of your learning experiences. On the other hand, don't create or deliver work that exhibits a tenuous to non-existent connection to course material and related collaborative activities through vague, superficial description of learning experiences. You want to avoid leaving things to the imagination for anyone who might review your reflections, or avoid making them guess. Clarity and specifics are what you want to aim for, regardless of whether your reflection is a traditional essay, sketch note, blog post, or podcast episode. In just a moment, we'll continue our look at a few key do's and don'ts for creating solid self-evaluative reflections. Hello again, everyone. So far, we have considered making sure that you do clearly state your purpose at the outset of any self-evaluative reflection, strive for completeness by addressing all questions or prompts, and provide clear and specific details that highlight the connection between course materials for a given week, your related learning, and growth of your knowledge base. Let's turn now to two additional practices you want to do within your reflections that you create and submit as part of your coursework. To continue, do provide a high level of detail by developing a self-evaluative reflection that presents numerous, well-developed, and rich details on specific course materials for the week, related student learning team collaborative discussion, and how that influences your own ideas about the particular course materials examined each week. Don't turn in a reflection that presents very brief, underdeveloped, or vague references or process descriptions. The latter makes it difficult to discern that students have actually worked with assigned materials for the week or met with their student learning team for collaborative discussion. Fifth, do create self-evaluative reflections that are highly focused and remain on topic throughout. Make certain that all of the details presented are specific to material and collaborative activities for this particular course and a given week. By the same token, don't diverge from your stated topic. In other words, avoid including details in your self-evaluative reflections that have little or nothing to do with the material and collaborative activities for your particular course during a specific week. You risk confusing readers and viewers, or simply making it look like you haven't done much work. When we come back after another station identification, we'll wrap up today's discussion of key do's and don'ts in connection to the 10 self-evaluative reflections you are asked to complete as part of your work for this course. Stay tuned. You're listening to WSTKS-FM Worldwide, digital collaborative learning for the 21st century. If you find this podcast helpful, be sure to hit like, share, and subscribe. And we're back. Let's look now at the last couple of points for today. Point 6. Do be sure to strive for clarity and organization throughout your self-evaluative reflections by presenting a highly organized, clear, and multifaceted picture of your learning in the course for a given week. Make everything plain and easy to follow for readers or viewers, whoever those people might be. Likewise, don't present a confused, poorly organized, extremely vague, or unclear picture of your learning. Readers and viewers should not have to guess at the meaning of information you are trying to convey, or wonder what or whether you actually completed the coursework for the week. Last, do be sure to create high-quality self-evaluative reflections that share highly insightful, well-supported viewpoints and related specific discussion of your learning. Specific, are you getting the theme? On the flip side, don't create and deliver a vague, meandering reflection that shares little to no discernible insight, viewpoints, or related discussion of your actual learning. In short, your reflections need to illustrate clearly that you are familiar with the course materials for a given week, have thought deeply about and discussed them with your student learning team through collaborative activities, and further developed or revised your ideas based on that teamwork. Okay, that will just about do it for today. In one moment, I'll be right back with a few final words. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, that's about it for today's program. When it comes to creating meaningful self-evaluative reflections that actually present your learning in the course, be sure to develop work that is clearly organized, detailed, and includes a wealth of specific information on your learning as it relates to course materials for a particular week. Do that by practicing the 7 do's and don'ts covered here today. And that brings us to the conclusion of today's program. Be sure to tune in again for more helpful tips, tricks, and advice based on my 25-plus years of teaching and working with thousands of university undergraduates at 3 Big Ten institutions across the upper Midwest of the United States. In the meantime, thanks for joining me today. I'll see you in class, online, and during Zoom office hours if you drop by with a question. Stay healthy, have a safe and a productive week in the meantime. With special regards, from Onyx, the cat what am. So long, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye for now, everyone. You've just heard a podcast from WSTKS-FM Worldwide, digital collaborative learning for the 21st century.